The Rewind
Sports 60. From the city of big shoulders, the jewel of the Midwest, comes a sports show that's one of a kind. From iconic players to iconic stadiums to iconic teams, this is my kind of town. Chicago! And the Rewind Sports 60 is my kind of show. From Air Jordan to Sweetness to Papa Bear Hallis, this city works hard, but plays even harder. Danny Carlino and Jerry Riles bring you the Rewind Sports 60. Live, the Rewind Sports 60 starts now.
Just outside the greatest city in the world, that of course Chicago, Illinois. And folks, we're going to get right to it. The fastest 2 hours in sports conversation right here in Chicagoland area. The fastest 2 hours in sports, and we got to get to it. He's the one. He's the only. You know him. You love him. Known as the Italian Stallion. DC, he's Danny Carlino.
Woo!
What's up, brother?
Good morning, Jerry. I'm very happy. I'm basking in the glow of maroon and gold. Loyola class of 99, by the way.
Boom!
Right on. I've seen a lot of Loyola Ramblers basketball in my time. It's been a little while since I've been to a game, but I've seen a lot of Ramblers basketball in my time, and I can't believe I'm saying they're going to the Final Four.
It's unbelievable.
It's insane, but they dominated that game. They were down 5-4, and that was it.
Exactly.
I was expecting I was a little worried there toward the end with the run. I thought Bruce Wilbur would rekindle 2005 with the Illini at the Allstate Arena, but when you're getting rebounds, you can stem the tide, and they did, and they held on, and they're going to San Antonio.
They're going to San Antonio, the Final Four, the Loyola Ramblers. Unbelievable. The first time since 1963. We're going to break it all down and have some fun doing it. And we're also joined by the one, the only. He is Ron Gleason's favorite over at WBBM 780 News Radio. He is Gabe Salgado. What's up, Gabe?
Jay, do you think they're still celebrating at Broadway and Devon right now?
It's usually a quiet area, but I think this next week or so, there's going to be some celebrations going on there, yeah.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Hey, he's speechless, ladies and gentlemen. Gabe Salgado is speechless, and of course, this guy is dynamic. He's the best in the business. Let me tell you something. Household name in the Chicagoland area, soon to be around the country. This guy's the best actor, best entertainer, best comedian around. He is the one, the only. Kelly Lee Williams. What's up?
I don't have enough money to keep giving you for all these compliments you keep throwing out for me, Jerry.
Hey, dude, only thing you have to supply me with is the bacon here at Serenello.
And the hotness of Loyola. And I am an alumni of Kansas State. I went to Kansas State 2 years. I was there in 1988 when they beat Purdue to get to the Elite Eight in 1988. And this year they got to the Elite Eight, and the one team that they had to play was the Loyola Ramblers. And I was torn.
You're welcome.
I was torn. I was like, Kansas State. Look, Kansas State, I went, but I'm from Chicago. This is our place, and we haven't seen Loyola do this like since '85. I'm like, Loyola won, Kansas State next year. But Loyola, man, I was like really loving it. And I just got back to Chicago a month ago, and like, oh wow, it's really nice to be in Chicago right now. Thank you, Loyola, for giving us something to cheer about basketball-wise right now in this city.
Exactly. Before we move on, ladies and gentlemen, normally you guys are watching us, and we appreciate you on Facebook Live and, of course, on YouTube Live, joining us every week. We certainly appreciate the support. Normally, we're downstairs in the dining area / bar area, where we give you all the atmosphere, the ongoing milling of the folks down here doing Sunday brunch. Well, happy, I guess you have to say happy Palm Sunday to all of you out there worshiping, and of course Easter Sunday next week. So we have been guys that come on down 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Their brunch starts from at 10 a.m. goes all the way to 2 p.m. Guys, come on down. It's the best deal in town. But we're upstairs in the bar area, the saloon area, so to speak.
Somebody fix you something?
And we're not drunk.
I was just
Not
surprised
yet.
you haven't mixed drinks yet.
I can mix something. It probably won't taste very good, but I can mix it for you.
Well, you never know what can happen in the fastest 2 hours in sports, but we are here, and we hope you guys are enjoying what's going on behind us, around us, and come on out. We're here till 1, as I stated. Have some fun with us, and let's just get right to it. The Loyola Ramblers, their big victory over Kansas State 63. That championship team advancing. This has been a fantastic season for the Loyola Ramblers, and I remember the start. They were like 8-2. And, you know, you were looking at the headlines, you're kind of like in the side of your eye looking, you know, hey, what's going on with this team? Because it's one of the best starts that they've had in quite some time. And you just continue to watch them, and you hear about them. And lo and behold, they just continue to, they hit a blip in the road here, you know, lost there, lost here. But they continue to play sound basketball. And when you watch them, Danny Carlino, you're like, man, it's not a very, you know, big team. It's not a very athletic team. But they just play very, very good sound basketball, unselfish basketball. And now we're seeing the unselfishness, the way that they have handled themselves during this March Madness. These guys are, they're not only hungry just to get to the Final Four. Danny, I think they want to try to win it all. Upset victory. What do you think?
But you know, they show what team basketball really is about. They kept their poise. I mean, there was that run that Kansas State made toward I think it was like 10-0 run. They didn't score for about 3.5, 4 minutes. And they got a little hesitant. They looked a couple of passes went awry. But like I said, they weren't allowing Kansas State really to get too many second chances. So Kansas State got what they got, but they didn't give them really any extra.
Right.
And still, they were still up by what, like 12, 13 after all that. So I mean, they built themselves a lead enough that they were able to mitigate their little bit of faltering there toward the end. And you know, the thing about it is, even though Kansas State obviously has a little bit more of a pedigree, they've been a little more on the map recently.
Right.
Two teams that whoever won was going to make their first Final Four since the 60s, so that was going to be somewhat of an outsider getting in, so I think that's a good thing, and I'm happy it was Loyola's turn this time.
You know what, Gabe Salgado is interesting in that Nevada game that Loyola won, that was a nail-biter. I mean, people were really nervous because that Nevada team, they were bigger. They were more athletic. And they looked like they were ready to put the pedal to the metal and just run over the Loyola Ramblers. Loyola kind of stumbled out of the blocks. You could tell that they were a little bit nervous, but once they got their rhythm, got their groove, and Coach Porter Moser settled them down, oh, they started to play basketball. They started to play the team basketball that we're accustomed to see them playing. This game against Kansas State, they were all business. They got off to a 15-5 start, and a lot of people were like, wow, this Loyola Rambler team, they're serious, and they certainly were. And do you continue to see them do this the next game moving forward when they get ready to take on the Michigan Wolverines next weekend?
He actually said the full name
I was waiting.
I'm impressed.
Let me tell you something, man. This is what the Rewind Sports 60, we're all about business. We leave our personal issues aside.
Since when?
He's a Buckeye.
When was that part of the memo? I didn't get that memo.
Well, out of respect, you know.
Well,
Yeah, fair enough.
You know, back to the game, I'll be honest with you, and I'm sure I've probably said this previously in the tournament, and Loyola still wins, but you know, Michigan is a scary team. You take a look at how they played in the Big Ten tournament.
Yes.
That's what really
last 2 years.
That's what really stood out to me, and why I had picked them to go to the Elite Eight. I didn't have them in my Final Four, but I had them in the Elite Eight because they're probably just as good fundamentally as Loyola is, and
Right.
you know, they probably have better shooting and they have more size to work with as well. So Loyola's certainly going to have their work cut out for them, but you know, Porter Moser has a way of keeping his team composed, and the best part about it is they stick to fundamentals. They don't do anything fancy. They don't do anything flashy. They just stick to basic basketball, and it's gotten to the Final Four now.
And you know what, Kelly? The thing about that, you stated it very well, Gabe. The thing about it, they play fundamental, sound-based basketball. They're unselfish, and anybody can get you at any time. Whether it's Ingram, whether it's the kid Richardson, Custer, the big kid in the middle. He can move. Unbelievable. Any of these guys can take advantage of the exploits or the weakness of these defense. And I see Michigan. You're right. On paper, Michigan look very scary, and they can shoot the rock very, very well. But again, this Loyola basketball team, with the sound play of defense that they have and the sound play of offense being unselfish, do you see this as a bump in the road for them? Do they get over it? Or does Michigan have their number?
Loyola's going to win the national championship.
Whoa!
Wow.
I'm saying it right now.
Say that again.
Loyola is going to win the national championship. Why? 3 reasons. 1, they haven't lost since January. Okay,
14-0, I think
we
they are.
haven't lost. All right, that doesn't happen unless you're a big-time college, like you're Duke, you're Kentucky. This is the ones we're talking about. Nobody was talking about Loyola at all at this point. I watched them in the Missouri Valley Conference Championship when they from there on. They weren't beating people. They were beating people soundly. They were beating people, and then they would get behind, and their defense would bring them back. It's always defense. When your defense is good, well, their defense is great because they work together, perfectly. They have 3-year starters, 4-year starters. Not everybody has that anymore, especially our big time college programs, one and dones, freshmen. They don't have time to gel together. That Loyola team, this particular one, gelled together for the last 3 or 4 years, and now you're seeing what comes to fruition. And now they pretty much ran the gauntlet of what they needed to do to get to the Final Four. I don't see any. They're not afraid of anyone. Who are they going to be afraid of when they get to them? Villanova, Kansas. Why would they be afraid of any of them? They beat number 5 Florida back earlier in the season. They give them that confidence to go on this run. Loyola is going to win a national championship.
Gentlemen. And the crowd was stunned, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, at this point, I like gravy. This is a lot more gravy than I ever thought I'd have in my life. But here's the thing, and this is what the analyst said on TBS after, especially the Nevada game, Chuck and the boys.
Yeah.
Patience. They have patience, and
yes.
You brought that up. And because talent is great, and talent can take you to great things. But if you're a freshman, you're a 19-year-old kid. If you're having an off night, you probably start pressing more. Mm-hmm. And these guys really don't press because they believe in each other. They know each other. They know what their coach wants. Their coach knows what to expect from them and holds them accountable. So they can get through those things together. It isn't 5 maybe more talented guys who are thinking like, man, my shot's not going. What's going on?
Right.
And it's only fair. The patience of a saint. Mm-hmm. St. Ignatius is smiling down upon them. And giving them that patience, and
and Sister Jean has the wheel.
Sister Jean.
God
bless her.
Did you see that?
Oh, she's coming to go.
She's got music videos now, bobbleheads, which will be available again in June.
Here's the thing.
God only knows if they win the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how many millions they're gonna have to make.
The Sister Jean Shuffle is coming. The Sister Jean Shuffle is coming.
Kelly Lee Williams, of course, Gabe Salgado, WBBM 780, and my man Danny Carlino, Jerry Riles. When we come back, we'll be joined by this guy is fantastic. He's established in the business, no question about it, and he's taken on a new deal. He's going to be the new voice for the Chicago White Sox.
Woo!
Pre and post, of course. He's not going to move that guy, Benini or whatever that guy's name is, and Steve Stone. Yeah, that guy, whatever it is. But Mark Carmen with WGN Radio 720 will be joining us right here on the Rewind Sports 60. More Loyola basketball conversation coming up. Keep it locked in, folks. Streaming live on YouTube and Facebook Live. Broadcasting from Serenello's Ristorante Italiano right here in the heart of Wheeling. You've got the Rewind Sports 60. You guys are good. Boom.
Woo!
All right.
It's the end of the quarter. Time for a break in the action. The hottest sports panel in Chicago will get back to the fast-paced action, streaming live on Facebook Live. We're back at it after this quick timeout. So don't you dare touch that iPhone, Android, iPad, Mac, or PC. Lock it in.
Relax, have fun, and return to the world fresh as a daisy. That's our motto at Daisy Spa in Wheeling, Illinois. Daisy Spa offers a wonderful variety of relaxing treatments to soothe and meet your needs, allowing you to escape the madness of your busy lifestyle as you fade into paradise. Whether it's a manicure, pedicure, a bikini or Brazilian waxing, or simply a relaxing massage. Daisy Spa, it's all about you. Plan a mini 1-hour vacation getaway today. We're open 7 days a week. Daisy Spa is located at 7 Huntington Lane in Wheeling, just 7 minutes east of Route 53 on Dundee Road. Give Daisy a like on Facebook. Call to make your appointment today at 847-243-8823. Daisy for all your nail and spa needs, and tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you.
This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Serenello's Ristorante in Wheeling is sponsored by the Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago. They are friends of the program. From rentals to studios to lessons, repairs, and installations, Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is your one-stop destination. Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is located at 1613 West Belmont Avenue. Feel free to drop by Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to to 6 p.m. or give them a call at 773-975-4250 to say hello. And remember, tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you. This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Serenello's Restaurante is brought to you by the Liquor Barn. They are friends of the program. From beers to spirits and champagne, the Liquor Barn is your libation destination for parties, banquets, weddings, and more. And don't forget to mark your calendars for the annual Wine Fest this fall. The Liquor Barn is located on the corner of...
Welcome back to the Rewind Sports 60, streaming live on Facebook Live. Now, let's get you back to the hottest sports panel in Chicago.
Hello, Chicago!
Lock it in.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The Rewind Sports 60, we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube Live. Folks, keep it locked in. Incidentally, programming note, every Tuesday and Wednesday, we're on Comcast Access. Comcast Access, Tuesday, Lake County, up near the Zion area, the border of Wisconsin, Racine, Kenosha. Check us out, Tuesday, 6 o'clock on Channel 17, all right? Tuesdays at 6 o'clock, Channel 17 in the Lake County area. The northern suburbs on Wednesday of the city, of course, Schaumburg, Wheeling, Buffalo Grove. You guys happen to have Comcast Access, Channel 19 and Channel 35 on Wednesday, 7 o'clock p.m. Channel 19, Channel 35, 7 o'clock Wednesday in the northern suburbs of Chicago. And we got some bigger and better things in store, so keep it locked in. Check out the website, therewindsports60.com. Remember to put the TAG, rewindsports60.com. Check us out and follow us there, and of course, YouTube, Facebook, the whole 9 yards. Danny Carlino, the Italian Stallion. Gabe Salgado, WBM News Radio 780. And of course, we're joined by my good friend, my buddy, my man, holding down the fort for the Chicago White Sox in 2018. WGN 72080. He is Mark Harmon. What's up, Mark? How are you?
Jerry, you're my hero. You know that I was an intern back in the day, and Jerry taught me everything that I could possibly learn about the business.
And he said, I won't do it that way, I'll do it this way.
He took you under his wing, too? Yeah, I've been there.
1997.
What?
WSCR.
The Score, Sports Radio. And, you know,
it was
before we get out of here.
8:20 at that point.
Yeah, it was 8:20 at that point. But was it 8:20 then or 11:60?
It was 8:20 when I started, then 11:60.
8:20, 11:60.
I didn't make it to 6:70.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Look, wow. You're going in a deep dive right now. Look at him. He's thinking about the past.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot has happened, a lot has changed. You know what's interesting?
I'm going to get teary, too. Let's go.
The more things change, the more they stay the same. Damn it, Neil.
Congratulations to Dan.
Big Mac, he and I were texting back and forth, and I said, dude, you're like a black cat. You got 9 lives. And he says, yeah, I do, bro. I was like, I have 9 lives. Let's hope I don't have this one up. I said, dude, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
Danny Mac, congratulations. He is a hell of a talent here in the Chicago market. He is one of, if not the best, in my opinion, if he's not the best sports talk show host in the city of Chicago, I don't know who is, honestly. Either game like he has either, but
what happens if Pappy's listening right now? I'm listening to him, and I think he's going to do great in this role alongside Danny Parkins. And so it's an amazing business. And different things happen, and I have no reason, as his former partner Matt Spiegel said in one of his posts, to think that show's not going to be super successful. I think it'll be a good listen. Right,
it will be a very good listen, and good luck to you, Matt. We'll be following you, we'll be tweeting you, texting you the whole 9 yards, but he's a hell of a talent. He really, really is. And as far as a hell of a talent is concerned, Mark Carmen is joining us to continue to talk Loyola Rambler basketball. What are your thoughts on the Ramblers advancing to the Final Four for the first time in 55 years?
It's incredible. You know what I love about it? Everyone talks about how this is a pro town, and it is. But this town also loves a winner. And the whole city has some connection to Loyola. Look at you wearing the colors today.
Well, I was sharing with you that I was a former play-by-play announcer for the Ramblers back in the day.
Who was the best player when you were the play-by-play guy?
Kermit Ali. Kermit Ali, he was the big man in the post. I'm trying to remember, where did he go to high school? He went to high school, one of the city schools.
Okay.
But Coach Will Ray was the man. But that was a kind of tough team. It's a tough team.
I mean, I grew up. I was 12 years old, 1985. Al Frederick Hughes. And I remember the Ramblers being a huge story then, and now you're seeing everybody spilling out. You were mentioning Gabe Devon and Broadway. I mean, I drove by campus last night. We're going to go over there today they're having a rally at 2:15. So it's just it's awesome to see everybody getting behind them. Like literally, no one in the city is not rooting for the Ramblers. There's and I guess maybe Michigan fans now, but that's kind of a beautiful.
You know that word is taboo on this show.
I brought it up. Believe me, I know. I'm aware.
Yeah.
And we over at Fanside where I work, we made the Ohio State Buckeyes the #1 fans in the world 2017, Jerry. So I was there for. It was Ohio State and Penn State, so I saw your Buckeyes in action. It was strong, but Loyola. Look, at halftime yesterday, I said this is going to be a blowout. Like they're just better. You're talking about a team that shoots 50%, over 50 from two. They shot 57% yesterday, over 40 from three for the season. They haven't lost a game since early January. That was a 2-point game on the road, and they guard you, and they're well coached. So
and nobody could guard Ben Richardson.
But Ben Richardson's not one of their better offensive players. He just stepped up yesterday, got some open shots, knocked him down. Custer and him, they've been playing together since 3rd grade. That's a super cool story. Overland Park, Kansas.
Sure.
So and Dante Ingram out of Simeon, my man Derrick Rose still doing it for the Timberwolves. This is there's just so many. There's just a lot of things to like about what's going on. And Porter, he built it the right way. This is, his record, you know what his conference record is? 240 games he's coached in conference. 240 he's had in his career. What do you think his record is?
74 and 125.
Right, he's won 95 games. He's well under 500. So, look, it takes time to build it. And the whole thing, too, like Loyola's like, well, a lot of fans are like, well, now that they have this, they can keep it rolling. No. This is not going to be something that's going to be consistent. Maybe they'll pop up and go to the tournament again. I think that's possible. But this is, to say they're in the Final Four. I mean, this is something that it's going to be another 50 years until they get back there. So I think everybody should enjoy it. Like it is. Let's
kind of like University of Maryland, Baltimore County. 16 knocking off a #1 in Virginia. You said that's never going to happen again.
Right. I'm not saying it's never going to happen again, but let's not make it like, okay, now they've figured out this formula. No, they've got a really good team. They built it the right way, and things have fallen right for them. I mean, they played a 6-seed Miami who didn't have their best player. Incredibly tight game. You get a 30-footer from Dante Ingram when you're down to win it. How often does that happen? Pretty much never. Then you go to the next game. You got Clayton Custer hitting a game winner, again, off the rim, spinning around, dropping. I mean, Sister Jean, what's going on here? I don't know whether anyone will want to call. We got miracles going on. Then you win, for whatever reason, Nevada doesn't foul, down 1 with 35 seconds to go. Moronic, but another great, incredibly tight game. But you're also playing a 7 seed, and then you play in the Sweet 16, and then you're playing a 9 seed to go to the Final Four.
Who was an experienced coach?
Who's
been there before?
Who knocked off Kentucky.
But you're normally you're not playing a 9 seed in the Elite 8 to go to the Final Four. There's a lot of, not taking any credit away, but this has been an unbelievable run, and things have fallen their way, and they've built a great team, and they deserve all of it. But it's not going to happen again. So enjoy.
So you don't think that Coach Porter Moser has built a foundation with this program to say this is the style of basketball that we play, right? And we have the right kids in this system to play effectively. Hence, they've only lost 5 games all season long. You don't think that he's built the foundation that he can get kids now from the city, whether it's Catholic League or Public League, plug them in and continue that process built based on the foundation built?
No, listen, I'm not saying that they can't be a team that, listen, they won the CIT in 2015. They can go back to the tournament. They can play in the NIT.
The what?
Right, exactly. So, but they could be a tournament team next year. And listen, Porter's going to have a million offers, and it's going to happen every year. And I think Loyola's probably going to take him from a $400,000 coach, which is what he is now, to maybe $1 million coach. And I would think he would stay for now. But if they keep winning, eventually Porter will go. And look, it's not realistic to me to think that Loyola, who just popped up out of nowhere, is all of a sudden going to build some sustained success. I just don't see it.
So let me ask you this. We're on with Mark Carmen, WGN 720 AM radio. Of course, Gabe Salgado, WBBM News Radio 780, and of course the Italian Stallion, Danny Carlino. So let me ask you this question, and congratulations again to the Loyola Ramblers. Danny stated it very well. Hey, this is a lot of gravy that none of us expected, and we just want to continue to slop it up as much as we can. Kelly Williams, who will be back with us later on in the broadcast, said, hey, this is a national championship team we're watching. Mark Carmen.
I think they could win it all for the record.
Okay.
I absolutely do.
So, but let me ask you this question. Remember back in the day, and you remember Dick Vitale going, oh, what about the mid-majors? Oh, they need to get in there. Hey, they got some talent. Remember Gonzaga years ago? Mark Few.
Not a mid-major, though.
Yeah, but I understand. But remember, they were that little school that, played hard and showed people, hey, we can play with the big boys, but they never really got their due, never got their respect. But Mark Few continued to coach those kids, get the right people in the program, and now we see they are a force in college basketball today. You don't think that that's a possibility with this Loyola Ramblers?
No. Too much competition in the city, not the same foundation. Mark Few is also a very, he doesn't want to be anywhere else, and they also pay him incredibly well in Gonzaga.
Sure.
So I don't think that you can expect Loyola with the 5,000 seat Gentile Arena, which has the lowest attendance, by the way, in the Missouri Valley. And by the way, I am not trying to say anything negative about Loyola.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. I'm positive. I love the story, and I hope they can. But all I'm saying is just let's not. It doesn't have to be any more than this. This is incredible that this happened. So they should be celebrated for this. But I just the whole let's look to the future and that this is going to be a thing. No, it's not. And just enjoy it for what it is. It's one of the greatest stories in Chicago sports. 2016 Cubs, sure, and I'm not saying it's on that level. The '85 Bears, not even close to that level. But this a 1 year boost up. This is it's amazing. And going forward, this is you're not going to be seeing it again. Sorry.
Well, in the end, think about it though. I mean, I think Porter Moser found the way that it can work at Loyola. Now, but you're going to have to redevelop that. It's not necessarily going to happen year by year by year. It may happen again, but it's going to take another 4 or 5 years, maybe.
NIT, NCAA, first round, maybe you win a game, but to go to the Final Four, this is incredible.
But remember, Northwestern, they won one game, and it was like, hey, they're on the map. They're on 500 this year.
Danny Carlino, the Italian Stallion, Gabe Salgado, News Radio 780, and of course, Mark Carmen. Stick around. We got some more to talk with you about as well. Yours truly, Jerry Riles, broadcasting from Serenello's Restaurante Italiano right here in Wheeling, just outside the greatest city in the world, Chicago, Illinois. Jason Zenner, Jay-Z, our technical director, is getting it done. Ladies and gentlemen, Kelly Lee Williams will be joining us. We'll get an opportunity to talk some boxes with the one, the only, cruising for a bruising, Francis Cruz. Keep it locked in. The Rewind Sports 60, streaming live, broadcasting live, Facebook, YouTube. You've got The Rewind.
It's the end of the quarter. Time for a break in the action. The hottest sports panel in Chicago will get back to the fast-paced action, streaming live on Facebook Live. We're back at it after this quick timeout. So don't you dare touch that iPhone, Android, iPad, Mac, or PC. Lock it in.
Relax, have fun, and return to the world fresh as a daisy. That's our motto at Daisy Spa in Wheeling, Illinois. Daisy Spa offers a wonderful variety of relaxing treatments to soothe and meet your needs, allowing you to escape the madness of your busy lifestyle as you fade into paradise. Whether it's a manicure, pedicure, a bikini or Brazilian waxing, or simply a relaxing massage, at Daisy Spa, it's all about you. Plan a mini 1-hour vacation getaway today. We're open 7 days a week. Daisy Spa is located at 7 Huntington Lane in Wheeling, just 7 minutes east of Route 53 on Dundee Road. Give Daisy a like on Facebook. Call to make your appointment today at 847-243-8823. Daisy for all your nail and spa needs, and tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you.
This portion of the Rewind Sports 60, broadcasting from Serenalos Ristorante, is brought to you by the Liquor Barn. They are friends of the program. From beers to spirits and champagne, the Liquor Barn is your libation destination for parties, banquets, weddings, and more. And don't forget to mark your calendars for the annual Wine Fest this fall. The Liquor Barn is located on the corner of Dundee and Milwaukee Avenue in Wheeling, 287 East Dundee Road, and their Niles location is 8170 West Golf Road. Feel free to drop by and say hello, and always remember to drink responsibly.
This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Serenalos Ristorante in Wheeling is sponsored by the Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago. They are friends of the program. From rentals to studios to lessons, repairs, and installations, Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is your one-stop destination. Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is located at 1613 West Belmont Avenue. Feel free to drop by Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. or give them a call at 773-975-4250 to say hello. And remember, tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you.
Welcome back to the Rewind Sports 60, streaming live on Facebook Live. Now let's get you back to the hottest sports panel in Chicago.
Hello, Chicago!
Lock it in.
Welcome back to the Rewind Sports 60. Folks, remember to lock it in. That's all you have to do. Lock it in. Real sports, real talk, just playing real. Yours truly, Jerry Riles, along with Danny Carlino. He is the Italian Stallion. Gabe Salgado. He is Ron Gleason's favorite over there at WBBM 780 News Radio. And, of course, why do you make faces? Mark Garman is joining us, WGN Radio 720 AM. Why are you...
There's a lot of guys at BBM. Why is Gabe the favorite? You know, okay, I know what you're telling me. I got it.
I pick up the phone, call Ron, and say, hey, would you take care of the guys?
Okay.
And when he hangs up on you, that's what you say.
I know Joniak is over there. I get it. I
mean, you got Hoffman over there. You got a lot of guys over there.
Kerner is there. I get it. I understand.
Big crew. I don't know if Gabe's the favorite. I mean, I think he's in the family.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing.
I'm gonna go with Mark on this one.
Yeah. Thank you, Gabe. I'm not trying to downgrade you, Gabe, but Jerry's.
Gabe, you gotta build yourself up, man. You got to, if Ron Gleason, when he's watching the show, you got to say, hey, Ron.
I'm just humble.
I know you're humble. But you want to eat too, right? Ron can help you. Ron can help you out. Those other guys, they're trying to get you out of there, man, okay?
I'll keep that in mind.
Don't get Gabe in trouble.
I won't get Gabe in trouble. I just got off the phone with Coach Dave Weber of the Glenbrook North boys basketball team. Brother, Bruce Weber, Kansas State. He said that K-State, they were flat yesterday, is what he said. He said the Richardson kid had 26 points in the game yesterday. Was he 6 of 7 from three-point land? In the tournament, he's 1 of 9. He caught lightning in a bottle. Guys, that's the one thing that I like. And he said Loyola is a very good basketball team. They are a very, very good basketball team. I didn't get a chance to ask him what you said, that it was a one-and-done situation for him.
I said Final Four one and done. Just for the record. They're going to the NCAA tournament next year.
You sure? Not the CIT?
Sure, no.
Not the CIT?
Hey. Postseason is postseason, even if it's...
They hadn't been to too many postseasons before this recent run, so postseason is postseason, yes.
78-62 winners over the Kansas State, and they advanced to the Final Four. They're going to take on that team up north. Down in San Antonio.
Now we got it right. Now you finally
down in San Antonio.
That's up north, we're playing down south.
Exactly. But, Mark, again, you seem to not think that this team has what it takes to maintain the level of play. And I ask you, in comparison, when you talk about this team, 2017-2018, you talk about the 85 Loyola basketball team without Frederick Hughes, Carl Gogo Goldstein, and Andre Battle. But also think about the DePaul team back in the day with Ray Meyer, when he had Mark Aguirre and Terry Cummins and that team. They were in a process of building a foundation of bringing in caliber players to finally be there. It fell off, but they were trying to build that foundation up. You think that this team is going to be somewhat one of those teams, whether the 85 Ramblers or the DePaul Blue Demons back in the day?
I'm just looking at the reality. Like, Illinois was trying to build a foundation, and Bill Self went to Kansas, and Bruce kept it going as long as he could, and then they went back to who they are. Northwestern is trying to do the same thing, still figuring that out. Went to the tournament last year, didn't get in this year, everything went the wrong way. DePaul, back in the day, not applicable to what's going on right now because ESPN and the Channel 9 edge that they had back then, there was a whole another animal, and DePaul's just trying to figure out how to become relevant. Loyola was in the same situation, and they've gone through coach after coach after coach, and they hit gold with Porter. They gave him time to build it, and I'm not saying that they couldn't. This is a huge amount of exposure they never had before, and they have a lot more credit when they walk into a living room right now, and I think a lot more kids will be interested in going to Loyola because they've seen some success. But I just, there's no blueprint for some school around here turning into Kansas or Duke or Kentucky.
No, I'm not necessarily saying that, Gabe Salgado, but what I am saying is
even VCU, who had a sustained right now have
Shaka Smart.
11 seed VCU.
But that's the difference there, because when you talk about those particular schools, Illinois in particular, you talked about Bill Self. We know the run of Lou Henson. Bill Self comes in, gets the recruits, build up the program. Bruce Weber takes over, but they have had a carousel of head coaches, right?
They've had other problems too in Illinois.
Exactly. But and you talk about the other schools, whether it's Duke or the Kentuckys or whatever, Michigan State, Izzo, they've had the same coach. And they've had that philosophy in place, and kind of like the New England Patriots, they just plug in people for that system. Porter Moser learned under their late, great, may he rest in peace, Rick Majerus. And Rick Majerus had that basketball mind of building a foundation so that you can get the players in there, plug them in, and they play according to the system. That's why I think, I'm not saying that they're going to be a powerhouse by any means, but I do use the analogy of Gonzaga, because Gonzaga was a nobody. It was a school like where? Gun who? Zag what? But now it's a household name. I think the Loyola Ramblers with Moser there can be a mainstay as far as college basketball is concerned in the country. Now, the challenging thing for them will be the fact that teams will now start to scout them. Because Michigan, after their victory last night, we haven't even looked at any tape on this team. We have no idea. So that's an advantage for Loyola, but next year and moving forward, there will be teams that will have an opportunity to scout them. Now, can they still stop that? You can scout them all day long, but can you stop them?
That's going to be tough. But to both what you guys are talking about, building a foundation, sustaining success, we really haven't had that for Chicago college basketball. We had last year's Northwestern. They didn't make any postseason this year, and you take a look at how up until this point, it would be like every few years we'd get a team in the NIT, or they'd get in the first round of the NCAA tournament and they'd get eliminated. So, that would be the hard part, is sustaining success in the long term.
I think a lot of it's tied to are they able to keep Porter Moser. I think at this point, that if Loyola is really serious about long-term success, they're going to have to either figure out how to keep him, or who's next that can provide a similar mold and get those kind of second-tier guys that will play 4 years, because that's the only way I think that they will remain relevant.
And that's how they've built this, by getting players that'll stay all 4 years, that want to graduate, that want a degree, that aren't really thinking about the NBA. But if Porter Moser can keep taking this program to new heights, those kind of players might be hard to find after a while.
I think a good comp actually would be Northwestern football, which is a little bit of a reach. But you have Fitz there. He doesn't want to go anywhere else. Gets a ton of offers. Will Porter be like that? I would be skeptical. But and Northwestern hasn't been winning any national titles, but they consistently pop up every 3 or 4 years, playing on New Year's Day, playing a bowl game most every year. So and that was Northwestern football before Fitz. I don't want to give Fitz all the credit, because Randy Walker did well, and before that Gary Barnett obviously deserves a ton of credit for getting into the Rose Bowl, which they haven't been back to. Same deal. You're talking. Loyola's in the Final Four, and it does not have to be any more than this. The fact that it happened again is amazing. The only school in Illinois to have won the national championship, Loyola, and now they're back in the Final Four, first team in the state since the 05 Illini. So it's incredible.
Flying Illini, baby!
In the Flying Illini, that, when you make you think Kendall Gill and that crew, I love that team. One of my favorites of all time. Come on, Stephen Burrow, Kendall Gill, little Kenny Battle. Who was the big man in the middle?
Lowell Hamilton.
Lowell Hamilton. Yeah, couldn't play at all, but on that team he looked good. No disrespect to Lowell. But that was
going to be on the show next week, right?
Oh, yeah. And we'll bring Mark back for you.
And that team lost to Michigan in the Final Four.
Right.
In a game they never should have lost. Glenn Rice went nuts.
It went crazy.
So let's not have the same thing happen to Loyola. At this point, too, you have to beat Michigan. And Michigan's really talented and extremely good. Of course, I did see them lose to Northwestern in Rosemont this year. So if the Wildcats can get it done, I got to think the Final Four Ramblers can do it. So let's go.
Here's the thing with that Michigan team is the fact that when they're on, they're electric. The other game, they shot the lights out. I mean, they were dropping threes from like everywhere. It's like, Danny, it's like, remember the old commercial where they had Michael Jordan and Larry Bird, and they were shooting off the roof, and they aren't in the parking lot. That's how in Michigan, that's how they were shooting threes. It was unbelievable. I don't think that any team, we know this, they can't maintain that type of consistent shooting from beyond the arc. You simply can't do that. Now, also in comparison, when you looked at Loyola and what they do, a lot of backdoor passes, a lot of screen and rolls. They play smart without the basketball. They have spacing on the court, on the floor. They know how to move around. Michigan, when I watch them, it's like one guy say, "Hey, I'm gonna take over. I'm gonna dominate. This game is gonna be mine." And I think when you compare the two, Loyola has proven that that type of play is gonna outlast for 40 minutes as opposed to the style that Michigan plays. And it's gonna be a tough game. There's no question about it. But I think when you play together as a unit as opposed to an individual in the team concept, I think the Loyola Ramblers are going to surprise a lot of people.
Well, it's about being greater than the sum of your parts, and the parts on Michigan obviously are much better, but the car that Loyola is maybe more reliable. And as far as hot shooting, that can come and go. At one point, I saw that Loyola was shooting 63%, and then Kansas State was shooting 36%.
Right.
You got to try to lose that game if that's going like that.
Right, exactly.
And at this point, we saw even though it was just one game with UMBC, if you rebound, you play solid defense, and you're hitting that night, you can beat anybody. Mm-hmm. And if Loyola can still hit, they make that extra pass. That's how they created that three-pointer against Nevada there, to give them that 4-point lead. And, they had everything going their way. And they did again a lot last night. It's patience that they have that other teams don't. And if they can maintain that defense and their team's off shooting, and that patience kind of grates on those more talented players, that's their avenue, and that's it.
Hey, guys. I think the wild card in all this is, Michigan has the advantage size-wise, and it'll be fitting to see how Cameron Krutwig and even Dante Ingram, because he plays a lot on the post too, can match up with Michigan's bigger players.
It's going to be interesting to see. But back to the Michigan game against the Florida State last night. A lot of controversy at the end of the game where there were 11 seconds left in the ball game, and a lot of people were saying, even you talk about Charles Barkley, Kenny Williams, Clark Kellogg, and those guys, they were saying, how come Florida State didn't foul in that situation? I think they were only down by 4 points. What did you guys think of the outcome of that game? Should there have been a foul in the last 11 seconds of that basketball game?
You're in the Elite Eight. I think you drag it out as long as you possibly can.
Yeah.
But and on the other side of it, the game was over. So I don't think if they had executed to everyone's level of satisfaction that it would have changed anything. But crazy things do happen in college basketball all the time. So it's a little bizarre.
I'm with Mark on this one. It wasn't much time to work with. I don't think, especially down by 4, I don't think a foul would have made a difference. You give them a couple of extra points with free throws. I'm pretty sure the game was out of reach.
Danny?
I know it was only a 1-point game. We saw Nevada fouling like crazy, try to get Loyola to the line. And I've been at NAIA games, regular season games. There's 50 people in the stands, and they're losing by 7 points with like 10 seconds to go. They're every timeout and fouling as much as possible. It's understood, but when you're one and done, it's 10 seconds. You might as well use your 10 seconds.
Bingo, and that's the way I look at it. I'm saying, hey, listen, and you got seniors on the team, and this is their last hurrah, and I'm thinking, you pull out all stops. There's no tomorrow. To me, you pull out all stops. Yeah, the game may be over. It's 11 seconds. You're down by 4, but as you stated, they call it March Madness for a reason. And crazy things. We've seen crazy things happen. We've seen 4-point plays happen. So. I think, Danny, you're right. I think you pull out all stops and, let it go to the quadruple zeros on the scoreboard.
You only got 10 seconds left in your season. You might as well make it worth
their while. He's Danny Carlino, the Italian Stallion. Gabe Salgado, WBBM News Radio, and of course Mark Carmen. He is. I want to lift him up and say he's the voice of the Chicago White Sox, because in my heart, he is the voice of the Chicago White Sox. Mark Carmen, WGN 720 AM. When we come back, Mark, we'll talk a little bit about the White Sox and your perspective on this upcoming team, this upcoming season. Keep it locked in. You've got the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Serenello's Ristorante Italiano right here in the heart of Wheeling. Keep it locked in, folks.
It's the end of the quarter. Time for a break in the action. The hottest sports panel in Chicago will get back to the fast-paced action, streaming live on Facebook Live. We're back at it after this quick timeout. So don't you dare touch that iPhone, Android, iPad, Mac, or PC. Lock it in.
This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Serenello's Ristorante in Wheeling is sponsored by the Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago. They are friends of the program. From rentals to studios to lessons, repairs, and installations, Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is your one-stop destination. Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is located at 1613 West Belmont Avenue. Feel free to drop by Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. or give them a call at 773-975-4250 to say hello. And remember, tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you.
This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Serenello's Ristorante is brought to you by the Liquor Barn. They are friends of the program. From beers to spirits and champagne, the Liquor Barn is your libation destination for parties, banquets, weddings, and more. And don't forget to mark your calendars for the annual Wine Fest this fall. The Liquor Barn is located on the corner of Dundee and Milwaukee Avenue in Wheeling, 287 East Dundee Road, and their Niles location is 8170 West Golf Road. Feel free to drop by and say hello, and always remember to drink responsibly.
Relax, have fun, and return to the world fresh as a daisy. That's our motto at Daisy Spa in Wheeling, Illinois. Daisy Spa offers a wonderful variety of relaxing treatments to soothe and meet your needs, allowing you to escape the madness of your busy lifestyle as you fade into paradise. Whether it's a manicure, pedicure, a bikini or Brazilian waxing, or simply a relaxing massage, at Daisy Spa, it's all about you. Plan a mini 1-hour vacation getaway today. We're open 7 days a week. Daisy Spa is located at 7 Huntington Lane in Wheeling, just 7 minutes east of Route 53 on Dundee Road. Give Daisy a like on Facebook. Call to make your appointment today at 847-243-8823. Daisy for all your nail and spa needs, and tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you.
Welcome back to the Rewind Sports 60, streaming live on Facebook Live. Now let's... Welcome back to the Rewind Sports 60, streaming live on Facebook Live. Now let's get you back to the hottest sports panel in Chicago.
Hello, Chicago!
Lock it in.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Rewind Sports 60, broadcasting from Serenello Ristorante Italiano here in Wheeling. Great place. We're upstairs in the bar saloon area. Normally we're downstairs in the dining room bar area. And of course you see all the activity taking place, people going over to the carving omelet station where Chef Derek McIntyre is cutting up the meat and getting the omelets all ready to go. But today we're upstairs and we're enjoying ourselves behind the bar. Danny Carlino, the Italian Stallion here, he's looking to kind of sneak behind us and
yeah, I was gonna try to do my Tom Cruise and cocktail impression, but I don't think they have enough money to pay for all the glasses I probably break.
You would break some things we don't want.
And of course, Kelly Williams back on the scene with us. He's got all the shot glasses to his right. You guys can't see it.
Great job, Kansas State.
Picture there.
Great job, Kansas State.
And of course,
somebody's got to stand up for Wildcats.
WGN Radio 720 AM. A lot's going on. in the world of sports, in the world of broadcasting, radio, television, but it's all happening in the greatest city in the world, the Chicagoland area, and we're loving it. We're certainly loving it and looking forward to hopefully some bigger and better things taking place as we head into spring and, of course, eventually into summer. And with spring and summer, we know that definitely baseball is certainly in the air. And this week, I guess, season opener. Next, Herman has a new job, a new responsibility. Now, you currently, he's been doing post-game, Bears post-game for how many years now? On
Good question, Jerry. 3 years.
3 years he's been doing the Bears post-game with Ed Obradovich, Dan Hampton, and Glenn Kozlowski, and
they all say hello.
And I say hello to them as well. And it's hilarious because sometimes, Mark, after the Bear game and before we would have our show, I'd listen to you guys driving in, and you know, you're laughing. Well, the past few years you've been crying because
no laughing.
This team. But it's great to hear.
You gotta laugh when you listen to those guys. Come on.
It's great to hear OB and Hamp just annihilate the Bears football team, whether it's the coaching staff and John Fox, whether it's any particular player, whether it's the brass. It's just, I tell you, literally, and I'm not. It's the best radio, especially on Sunday. It's the best radio to listen to. It's probably one of the best shows on the air during football season. It really is.
Well, thanks, Jerry. Appreciate it. Though I just kind of sit there and watch it myself, so they got a lot of passion, and it's personal for them. They want to see the Bears do well.
Yeah.
Which has not been going on, but maybe this is the year. I think they certainly had a very productive offseason.
They blow a gasket. They do.
You think about it. People say there's nothing better than when the Bears are winning. There's no better radio in the world than when the Bears are losing. Those got their talk.
Exactly. No, I mean it's interesting, Mark. I scan the dial, as you all know, and I go up and down and check out who's saying what and who's doing what. Our old friend Dan McNeil had Pappy said he had a show a couple years ago, and Dan McNeil was one of his guys on that they were talking about the Bears as well. But clear cut, you guys are definitely the best, and keep up the good work, man, because a lot of people in this city are following you guys, and they live through what you guys put out there as far as passion is concerned.
Well, thanks, Jerry. We appreciate it. I love it. It's a ton of fun, and it's watching the game with them before doing the show is actually probably more fun.
How do you drive that show, especially when OB is like going nuts? He's going nuts, and you're like, well, we gotta go to a break, and I'm like, all right, no, wait a minute.
What breaks? No breaks. Right.
I just stare at and hope for the best.
Yeah. How does OB take his coffee? Is his coffee good? Is he like cream?
Right.
Does he like sugar? Yeah. Keeps him going. Keeps him running. All right.
He's got the DC. That's his game. Hope he doesn't no coffee for him. He doesn't need the extra caffeine. Although Diet Coke, of course, does have that caffeine in there too. But yeah, that's his game. He likes a good about third quarter. He just looks around and it's like a comfort for him.
Chug that Coke.
Right. Yep. So that's his preparation.
Okay, so let's get to baseball, and we're looking forward to it on both sides of town. The Cubs, man, they're looking really, really good in spring training. These guys, they look like they're ready to go. Last year we talked about the hangover or whatever. They got off to a rough start. They're looking good. The White Sox, they're looking good as well. Some people are projecting give them another year. You are now help us out here. I'm
doing post game for half the games, Jerry.
Post game for half the game.
Me and Adam Hogg are splitting that up for you. Yes, so you may get Adam, you may get me. I'll be doing more of the weekends.
You need us to make some calls, man.
No, I'm good. Thank
sure?
you. I'm positive. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay.
I know you got pull.
We can make some calls.
Listen, I know you know everyone. You got Reinsdorf on speed dial.
Let's see, are you just like you're splitting the post games? You're going to be splitting time between trying to promote him and Gabe. I mean, you can't serve.
You can't serve. Hey, tell him, Dennis.
He's a multitasker. He can multitask.
Yeah.
He can do these things all over the place.
So, how do you feel about the new position and this White Sox baseball team moving forward?
Well, for myself, I'm thrilled. I'm looking forward to it greatly to be a part of. Anytime you get sports back on your radio station when you don't have baseball, it's super awesome. Especially again, the White Sox right now, where they're at in their rebuild. It's incredible. Hopefully, everything will go exactly the way they want it to go. Either way, it's going to be entertaining. And I don't think there's any reason to not be optimistic. And I think that this year, baseball's a crazy sport. You got Lucas Giolito, who's looked like a #1 starter in spring training. That certainly changes the outlook. I mean, he didn't come up till late in the season last year, pitched real well in September, so I think that's reason for optimism. And I think that there's a chance that James Shield has a bounce back year.
Really?
Sure, why not?
He said, "Sure, why
that
not?"
guy scares me.
Well, okay, there's no guarantees here, but when you look at what he's done this spring, you listen to the mindset.
Really?
As opposed to Big ERA James.
Well, that's what they...
Right. Isn't that what it is, Big ERA James? I think that's what it was.
Just go back to a James Shields in Kansas City when they were rolling in the playoffs and he was pitching in huge games and pitching incredibly well. Maybe he'll be energized coming here and
remember when he came here, Danny, what was his record? He was like 2-16 or something? It's like...
Yeah, it was not very energetic
his highlight from a couple years ago was going to home run to Bartolo Colon. Yeah, I remember that.
Starting opening day, don't you worry. It's going to be better than
You've been working with him?
I've had a couple conversations.
I trust you.
I think that Matt Davidson is primed for a big year as well. So,
yes.
And regardless, look, you get to watch Yohan Moncada go out there every single day. That's going to be sweet. Eloy, hopefully he'll be here, I don't know, August 2nd, 1990. Great day in White Sox history. That was the day that Frank Thomas and Alex Fernandez both made their debuts. So maybe this year you could have an August 2nd, 2018, a Michael Kopech coming up from AAA and Eloy Jimenez coming right up from AA, a la Frank Thomas when he went from AA to the big leagues. And you just, August 2nd, 2018. Let's do it all over again.
Like who am I looking at? Who the stars in the making?
Right. Well, I mean, Moncada is the guy that you're going to be looking at right now. He's going to be leading off the plane second base. Yohan Moncada. Get that down.
Moncada.
Spell it phonetically.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to spell it.
You're all right. You're all right. And we just mentioned Eloy, who's coming.
That's the name. I recognize that name.
There you go.
Eloy, all right.
Yeah, and Michael Kopech's coming for you. Luis Roberts going to be your center fielder down the line.
Right on.
So you got a plethora of talent coming. If you
Veritable cornucopia.
Abundance. A list that seemingly never ends is on the
Kelly,
way.
you got Jose Abreu.
Abreu, I like that name.
That's the stud.
That's a great name, too.
You got Terry Anderson. That's the guy you want to look out for.
I'm asking because, Harold Baines is not coming through that door. Carlton Fisk is not coming through that door.
Interesting that you bring up my favorite player of all time as far as the Sox are concerned, Harold Baines.
Yes.
This is how much the White Sox are on my mind. I had a dream that Harold Baines came out of retirement and suited up and played in right field.
So you had a lot of extra shark cartilage? Is that what you're going
Dude, Danny, I was elated. And then I woke up like, damn, man. I mean, I love Harold Baines. I love him. But this is a scary thing for me, Mark. And there are a lot of people who are sold on this guy. And that, of course, is the manager, Ricky Renteria. Now, you're a Cub fan at heart, right?
I grew up, yes, very much.
No, it's okay. Our motto here is real sports, real talk, just plain real.
I got you. Go ahead.
It's okay. You can say, hey, I'm a Cub fan.
I remember Rick Renteria managing the Cubs, absolutely. Where are you going with this? Let's hear it.
I'm not comfortable with this guy, okay?
Why?
Because he doesn't seem like the type of guy that could get this team to a World Series. And that's what Sox fans are looking for. That's what Sox fans are looking for.
Really?
All right, but long term, the White Sox are looking for a World Series. And when I talk about long term, they're looking in the next 3 years.
Right on.
They're looking for the next 3 years. I don't think Ricky Renteria is that guy that can get them there. Now, he does very well in helping the kids with the fundamentals and get down on that ball and catch with two hands and hit the cutoff man. He's good at doing that. But I don't think he's a game-to-game type of manager that's going to win you a baseball game. And one example I give is the fact that you remember this last year, right before the All-Star break, and I said, and I may, exaggerate the numbers, but the guy gets kicked out of 6 baseball games in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. You don't like fire?
Who's ever done that? Who's ever done that?
Well, who?
Help me out here.
Okay, let me help you out. What manager has been kicked out more than any manager in the history of the game?
6 times in 2 weeks?
Weaver?
No, I'm talking about Bobby Cox in Atlanta.
Oh, Bobby Cox, right.
But Bobby Cox
got
kicked out of games. Earl Weaver got kicked out of games. Billy Martin got kicked out of games.
And fired.
Yeah.
And rehired.
Yeah.
And fired again.
I know this.
So you want him to keep his...
I don't want my manager, my baseball team getting kicked out of 6 games in 2 weeks.
Yeah, everybody comes up and they have more talent, more capability to hopefully have a big season. So I don't think there's any reason, just because the Cubs moved down to Joe Madden in a very rare situation, to think that Ricky Renteria can't be the manager of this team when they win the World Series.
But doesn't that show you something? We're going to take a short time out here.
Ricky, he's so fine. He's so fine.
Yeah,
he blows our
he's
mind.
so fine.
Hey,
that
Ricky.
The Cubs say he's so fine that the Cubs say, hey, you know what? They said, thank you so very much. You've helped our kids get up to par. Now it's time to get down to business. See you later. Here's your check. There's the door. And they bring in Joe Madden, and the rest is history. I think the same is the same situation.
But who would be the one coming in? You asked before, who would come in? Who would do a better job? I mean, with this group right now, they're not ready to go to the World Series. They're barely ready to go to the playoffs. Is that? But so this might be.
You know who would do a better job, and you would not have to miss a beat. The former skipper of the New York Yankees, Joe Girardi.
But I don't think Joe Girardi is coming back to the White Sox or to Chicago at all.
Well, he's not, because he's going to keep this Ricky Renteria guy.
A lot of what's going on in the White Sox is based on faith. Like you said, people are excited. They have faith in who they for.
They have faith in Ricky.
And they have faith in the manager to get them. We're looking if he's a point A to point B, and maybe not a point B to point C. We ain't got the point B yet.
Right,
so
right.
We got to evaluate him once he gets to point B if we think he can get them to that next level.
You should change the show from the rewind to the fast forward. You're jumping ahead.
About a year, jumping ahead a year.
You know, I just call it the way I see it, and
Fair
that's
enough.
what I see.
That's why.
Danny Carlino, the Italian Stallion. He is the one, the only. Mark Carmen. Tell everybody when they can find your show. WGN 720 AM.
I'm confused. When can you
You're
find
confused.
it? Yeah, no, it's changed all the time. 4 to 7 Saturday afternoons, but like yesterday around 3:30 to 5:30 because we had some Blackhawks hockey, and so it's all moving around. But on the weekends, we'll be there for you, and then White Sox postgame.
There you go, and of course Kelly Lee Williams joining us every Sunday from Serenello's Restaurante. Sunday brunch, come on down. We're here from 11 to 1. Want you guys to be a part of what we're doing. They get things started at 10 a.m. and they go all the way to 2 p.m. It's the best meal in town, ladies and gentlemen. You get the bacon, you get the eggs, you get the cereal, you get the pancakes, you get the waffles, the fun-loving waffles.
And you can put
The
them all together.
fun-loving waffles. You can't forget about the fun-loving waffles. You know we got those waffles that are fun. Those are fun-loving waffles.
Champions under Derek.
Derek McIntyre.
It's not bad.
Folks, keep it locked in. More Loyola Ramblin' basketball. We'll talk some boxing. Anything in the world of sports, we got it right here for you. This is the Rewind Sports 60, streaming live on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Take care. We'll be right back. You've got the Rewind.
Time for a break in the action. The hottest sports panel in Chicago will get back to the fast-paced action, streaming live on Facebook Live. We're back at it. iPad, Mac, or PC. Lock it in.
This portion of the Rewind Sports 60, broadcasting from Serenello's Restaurante, is brought to you by the Liquor Barn. They are friends of the program. From beers to spirits and champagne, the Liquor Barn is your libation destination for parties, banquets, weddings, and more. And don't forget to mark your calendars for the annual Wine Fest this fall. The Liquor Barn is located on the corner of Dundee and Milwaukee Avenue in Wheeling, 287 East Dundee Road, and their Niles location is 8170 West Gulf Road. Feel free to drop by and say hello, and always remember to drink responsibly.
This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Serenello's Restaurante in Wheeling is sponsored by the Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago. They are friends of the program. From rentals to studios to lessons, repairs, and installations, Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is your one-stop destination. Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is located at 1613 West Belmont Avenue. Feel free to drop by Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. or give them a call at 773-975-4250 to say hello. And remember, tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you. This portion of the
Relax, have fun, and return to the world fresh as a daisy. That's our motto at Daisy Spa in Wheeling, Illinois. Daisy Spa offers a wonderful variety of relaxing treatments to soothe and meet your needs, allowing you to escape the madness of your busy lifestyle as you fade into paradise. Whether it's a manicure, pedicure, a bikini or Brazilian waxing, or simply a relaxing massage, at Daisy Spa, it's all about you. Plan a mini 1-hour vacation getaway today. We're open 7 days a week. Daisy Spa is located at 7 Huntington Lane in Wheeling. Just on Facebook. Call to make your appointment today at 847-243-8823. Daisy for all your nail and spa needs. And
this portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Serenillo's Restaurante is brought to you by the Liquor Barn. They are friends of the program. From beers to spirits and champagne, the Liquor Barn is your libation destination for parties, banquets, weddings, and more. And don't forget to mark your calendars for the annual Wine Fest this fall. The Liquor Barn is located on the corner of Dundee and Milwaukee Avenue in Wheeling, 287 East Dundee Road, and their Niles location is 8170 West Gulf Road. Feel free to drop by and say hello, and always remember to drink responsibly.
This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Serenello's Restaurante in Wheeling is sponsored by the Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago. They are friends of the program. From rentals to studios to lessons, repairs, and installations, Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is your one-stop destination. Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is located at 1613 West Belmont Avenue. Feel free to drop by Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. or give them a call at 773-975-4250 to say hello. And remember, tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you. This portion of the Rewind Sports...
Welcome back to the Rewind Sports 60, streaming live on Facebook Live. Now let's get you back to the hottest sports panel in Chicago.
Hello, Chicago!
Lock it in.
Welcome back, everyone. This is the Rewind Sports 60. Yours truly, Jerry Riles, Danny Carlino, the Italian Stallion, of course, Gabe Salgado, WBBM 780 News Radio. You can check them out throughout the night. Set your dials in your car radio. Get to download the app.
Doing it right now.
There you go. Gabe Salgado, WBBM, Ron Gleason's favorite. Tell him I sent you. And, of course, we're joined by this guy. He is a Rambler true and through. This is Andre Wakefield. He's been on with us the past couple of weeks. As far as the role for the Loyola Ramblers continue, he continues to roll the Ramblers with a 78-62 victory yesterday over Kansas State. And, of course, they move on to the Final Four the first time in 55 years. And Andre Wakefield, former Rambler back in the day, and, of course, coached the 85 team with Frederick Hughes, Carl Gogo Goldstein, and, of course, Andre Battle under Gene Sullivan. Welcome to the program once again, my good friend.
Oh, man, thank y'all for having me back.
How are you?
I'm enjoying it. Thank you, guys.
Dude,
thank you.
are you...
As run's going on, you can't leave. He's our sister Gene.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
exactly. You cannot leave, man.
Oh, man, it's the mystical season. You know, and we got Sister Jean.
Andre, how do you feel, man? I mean, the Final Four, this team, a lot of us thought about it. We put them game in our brackets. We felt, hey, you know, they can make it to the Sweet 16. They get the right teams, the right, region. They can make the Sweet 16. Did you think that this team can advance to the Final Four?
Once they win their first game, and then everybody started losing, and I was talking to some friends, I said, they got a shot. And then they won that next one, that miracle shot. And then it opened up. And I'm not going to tell you, I'm very shocked. And I'm happy at the same time because this is my school, and I'm happy because it's, like you said, 55 years. And I think we can make it. The way we played last year to this year.
Right.
This, like I told Ford, I said, this is a whole different team. But they brought them to the cut. Man, they're cutting strong, they're playing great defense, they're hitting shots, they're playing loose. I think they're playing the most loose than any team in the NCAA tournament. They're just having fun.
Yeah.
Right? And last night, the guy hit 5 threes. Robinson. So, you know, different guys been stepping up for all at different times. So it's probably hard to defense them because you don't know who they start playing.
Right.
You know, it's like I'm trying to stick you, but then he goes off. If we stop him, then he goes off the next night. So they have the different players going off, and their defense staying the same. That defense is staying true to itself. And they working together. They must be talking to each other on defense. And I'm happy. I'm very happy.
Yeah, you have to have you have to be a different guy every night, but you also have to be able to share the ball. That allows a different guy every night to do that. So it's not like feed this guy; it's feed the open man.
Right.
If he's open, it's a lot easier to make a shot. Than, he's my best player, but he's being guarded very heavily.
And you know that's a key point because no one brought into who's trying to take that shot. They just give it, man. We talked about that last week. We were saying collectively they playing good ball, and you see how they played against Kansas State. K-State didn't know what hit them.
Right.
They didn't know what hit them. Right. And they was having fun. When K-State thought Lawler was stall, Lawler was pushing the ball. They kept pushing it. Even though they went up to their little 2-3 minutes span, they still had enough time. You know, they had a lead. That lead stayed for a while. They went down. They was up 12, and they came back. They kept pushing it. And so they believe in themselves. And then you got the
Sister G, Rockstar. Now, here's the one thing, if you can find any flaw with this basketball team, guys, the one thing that I'm a little bit concerned about with them is the turnovers. Yeah. The first half, I think they only have 4 turnovers as a team. The second half, especially the first 10 minutes, I think they had 8 turnovers. That's to me, that's a question mark that you have to, hopefully they can work on this week in anticipation of the Michigan game.
I believe so once they watch the film, because I was seeing it was a 2-on-1, 2-on-3. They got cute with the ball. They got cute. They had that lead. All they had to do is stop. If you ain't got the break, you just run the offense. You had the lead. You didn't have to try to thread the needle, drop it down sometimes, and try to do smaller hoops. All you had to do is stop and still run that clock. And I think as they get, in the Final Four, they're going to have to grow up a little more, because you can't make the mistakes against Michigan. Michigan's riding high too now. Michigan is playing the same way. So but I take my chance on our team right now because I think our defense as a team is stronger.
You take a look at the conferences, the teams that they beat, ACC, SEC, Big 12. Now they have a chance to knock off a Big 10 team. What does that say to you about how far this program has come?
I think I was talking to my friend Tony Parker. I think Lowell is a big time program where everybody else slept on it. They got the most beautiful campus. They just spent so much money on campus. And plus, we the only team in the Illinois that won the national championship, so we should never step down. DePaul them never won anything. Northwestern never won anything. But then why we got to be a Mid-American? Because and we the only team. Plus, when I was at Lowell, we beat big teams in the country. When I was coaching, we won big games. So I haven't seen them other schools in Illinois ever won anything. Besides Illinois when they had
the flying in lineup.
But see, Lowell then as coaches haven't went out and believe they could get their top player, and so they got to believe in that and start getting the best girl. That's like to get the best girl. You go get that best player, and once you start believing you can get that best player in Chicago, I don't believe they went out to Whitney Young to try to get the best player. They was hoping they could get somebody. So now they've been winning. They could go get the best person in the state.
And I think kids now want to stay. I think they see what's going on with the program. I think they like the attention that's being drawn to that program. And you talk about the kid out of Algonquin, the freshman. I think these kids now are saying, hey, you know what? I can stay home. I can go play in my own backyard, and I can make a name for myself. Because that's what DePaul did back in the day. That's what you guys did back in the day. And I think that's coming full circle now.
Oh yeah, this conference saved Lowell. This conference right now, they're playing, and plus a lot of teams have left the Missouri Valley Conference too. But really, they earned this. They earned this now. They haven't been given no game. They fought for every game they won. And then last night they showed them that they could play with the big boys in a different conference. So I think Loyola earned everything they fought for this year.
We're on with Andre Wakefield, former guard for the Loyola Ramblers back in the latter part of the 70s, 76 to 78. Also a part of the assistant coaching team of Gene Sullivan with that 85 Rambler basketball team. Joining us on the Rewind Sports 60, Gabe Salgado, Danny Carlino, Jerry Riles. As far as this Rambler team is concerned, Mark Carmen, who's on with us earlier, we talked about building a foundation, laying a foundation, and continuously bringing in recruits to help maintain the level that they've accomplished. Do you think this is a foundation that can stay around. Not a one and done, but can stay around and rebuild that program up to a national stage.
We talked last week, if the coach don't leave, if he don't get excited and leave, he can get 3 or 4 more years like this, you know, because you're going to have players going to want to come to play for him because the way he's playing right now. His style of play is like Marquette used to play. They on the book. They shoot the 3, they go to the basket, they backdoor people. He's not holding the ball for 10 or 15, you know, passes around. He is tackling these guys, and then they tackle with their defense. So I think most kids who play in the city, that's to me, that's like playing Chicago type ball.
Bingo.
That's Chicago type ball.
Yep. You know, it's interesting when I was watching the Nevada game. That's what I thought. I looked at that game and I said, you know what? It looks like a bunch of guys on the playground going up and down. Battling and say, hey man, I got you. Oh, you want up me? Okay, here, I'm coming back for you. That's the style of play that I watched in that basketball game.
And it's that style of play that carried them through the regular season too. You take a look at you know, how they swept through their conference and that big win over Florida back in December. That's probably what set the tone for this team this year. But you know, overall, the things aside from the fact that they play team ball, they're not afraid of anybody. And you take a look at, like I just said, the conferences of the teams that they just went up against in this tournament. They're not afraid of anybody. That's the biggest quality I think that's going to carry them through.
That's true.
There you go.
And you watch a lot of high school games all around the city, and you know that's how they play. They playing. They coming out and they activate the game. And so that's the exciting part I'm loving about Chicago because they playing Chicago.
That's exactly right. And we're on a big. Thank you so very much for coming out, brother. It's a pleasure, and we will see you next week.
Yes.
We will see you next week for the championship. Final Four next Saturday, and of course the championship game will be played on April 2nd on Monday. Andre Wakefield, former Loyola standout guard, will be right back here with us, folks. Keep it locked in. We want you guys to be here with us as well. Gabe Salgado, WBBM, Danny Carlino, the Italian Stallion, yours truly, Jerry Riles, and of course Jason Zenner, our technical director. Folks, keep it locked in. We're going to get some boxing, man. You guys, we got some boxing coming up in a minute. Don't go anywhere. Keep it locked in. Well,
don't fall over, Jerry.
Yeah, we got the next heavyweight
Keep
champion.
Keep your left up.
We got the next heavyweight. Well, I'm left-handed, Danny.
Oh, keep your right up.
Yes, I don't tell people. They think I'm right-handed, and then I get crack, and it's all over. It's all over. We got the next heavyweight champion of the world coming up for with us, and of course, the lovely and talented cruising for a bruising Francis Cruz will be joining us as well. Folks, keep it locked in. Facebook Live, YouTube Live. This is the Rewind Sports 60. We'll be right back.
It's the end of the quarter. Time for a break in the action. The hottest sports panel in Chicago will get back to the fast-paced action, streaming live on Facebook Live. We're back at it after this quick timeout. So don't you dare touch that iPhone, Android, iPad, Mac, or PC. Lock it in.
Relax, have fun, and return to the world fresh as a daisy. That's our motto at Daisy Spa in Wheeling, Illinois. Daisy Spa offers a wonderful variety of relaxing treatments to soothe and meet your needs, allowing you to escape the madness of your busy lifestyle as you fade into paradise. Whether it's a manicure, pedicure, a bikini or Brazilian waxing, or simply a relaxing massage. At Daisy Spa, it's all about you. Plan a mini 1-hour vacation getaway today. We're open 7 days a week. Daisy Spa is located at 7 Huntington Lane in Wheeling, just 7 minutes east of Route 53 on Dundee Road. Give Daisy a like on Facebook. Call to make your appointment today at 847-243-8823. Daisy for all your nail and spa needs, and tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you.
This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Serenelo's Ristorante in Wheeling is sponsored by the Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago. They are friends of the program. From rentals to studios to lessons, repairs, and installations, Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is your one-stop destination. Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is located at 1613 West Belmont Avenue. Feel free to drop by Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. or give them a call at 773-975-4250 to say hello. And remember, tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you. This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Serenelo's Ristorante in Wheeling.
This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Serenelo's Ristorante is brought to you by the Liquor Barn. They are friends of the program. From beers to spirits and champagne, the Liquor Barn is your libation destination for parties, banquets, weddings, and more. And don't forget to mark your calendars for the annual Wine Fest this fall. The Liquor Barn is located on the corner of Dundee and Milwaukee Avenue in Wheeling, 287 East Dundee Road, and their Niles location is 8170 West Golf Road. Feel free to drop by and say hello, and always remember to drink responsibly.
Relax, have fun, and return to the world fresh as a daisy. That's our motto at Daisy Spa in Wheeling, Illinois. Daisy Spa offers a wonderful variety of relaxing treatments to soothe and meet your needs, allowing you to escape the madness of your busy lifestyle as you fade into paradise. Whether it's a manicure, pedicure, a bikini or Brazilian waxing, or simply a relaxing massage. At Daisy Spa, it's all about you. Plan a mini 1-hour vacation getaway today. We're open 7 days a week. Daisy Spa is located at 7 Huntington Lane in Wheeling, just 7 minutes east of Route 53 on Dundee Road. Give Daisy a like on Facebook. Call to make your appointment today at 847-243-8823. Daisy for all your nail and spa needs, and tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you.
Welcome back to the Rewind Sports 60, streaming live on Facebook Live. Now let's get you back to the hottest sports panel in Chicago.
Hello, Chicago!
Lock it in.
We're back live here at Serenelo's Ristorante here in Wheeling, right on Restaurant Road. We're located at Lake Cook Road, the corner of Lake Cook Road and Milwaukee Avenue, right here at Restaurant Row in Wheeling, just outside Chicago. And of course, yours truly, Jerry Riles, on this Sunday, Palm Sunday. Happy Palm Sunday to all of you guys out there celebrating, and of course, Easter Sunday. We're normally in the dining area here in the Serenelo's area, restaurant, the bar area, but because it's a full house, folks. It's a packed house. It's a full house. So we're up in the bar area, the saloon, the bar on the second floor upstairs broadcasting. And we're loving the place. We really are. We want you guys to come on out and enjoy what we're doing here every Sunday. We're here from 11 to 1 p.m., 11 to 1 p.m., the fastest 2 hours of sports. They're here 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Come on down. It's the best in the business for sure. Sunday brunch. You can't beat it with a stick. Joined by Kelly Williams, of course, our actor, entertainer, and comedian and contributor to the Rewind Sports 60. Gabe Salgado, WBBM News Radio 780. And, of course, our IHSA high school basketball guru back in business. He's the marvelous one. He's Dan Marver. Dan, how are you, brother? Good to see you. Welcome.
See you.
Happy Sunday. You're looking dapper, man. You got your Carolina blue going, huh? It's March Madness, and everybody has to represent. But you know, this is Rambler territory. You know that.
Well, you know, when I woke up today, I saw this paper. I thought this was like, you know, something put together.
It is put together. Believe it.
Make believe. Because you know.
What do you thought it was Dewey Beach?
Dewey Beach, right?
Missouri Valley gets one bid, and they got the bid.
Exactly.
Thank God Wichita left the conference.
What are your thoughts of this Loyola Ramblers?
Well, you know, I think that everything's working in their favor. After all, they did get a couple shots at the end of the game that fell for them. That one that hopped in thanks to Sister Jean.
Yes.
And then they also were fortunate that they avoided having to play the likes. You know, Virginia didn't look like much of a team, but they were in that bracket. Arizona, Cincinnati, and they did what they had to do. They beat the teams they had to beat. And Kansas State, they made them look bad. last night. And that was their best win. Now they got Michigan, and that'll be a tough matchup. Mo Wagner, got to watch that matchup. He's 6'11" and he shoots threes.
Right.
So that's going to be a tough matchup for them because if Cradwick can guard the perimeter, he's never had to.
Right. Exactly.
But it should be a tough game. I mean, I've seen Loyola in person and Villanova in person, and I personally think Villanova is the best team. Whether they'll win it or not is, of course, another question.
No, I mean that's exactly right. But again, when you look on paper, and that's why they call it March Madness,
Right.
and that's why half the brackets have been busted because we looked on paper and say on paper this should happen, but the games aren't won on paper; they're won on the court. And for 40 minutes, Loyola Ramblers are playing great basketball.
And then you look forward. I mean, they have a 4,500 seat arena, so they might not get anybody to play them at home now. That may be tough. And does Porter Moser stay with this group? I mean, I don't know how much money they have to pay him, but you know how that goes.
Right.
So there's a couple issues. I mean, they're going to keep everybody's coming back except for Richardson and Ingram. They lose two guys, so they got most of the team back. So in the Missouri Valley, they can win it and be the one bid from the one bid league.
Now, Kelly Williams said that he believes this team.
Like I said, and at 40 minutes on a given day, anything can happen, as you've seen already with UMBC.
1997, Arizona beats 3 number 1s to win. Georgetown, Villanova, 1985. A little internet good, got it done. Why not?
Well, that was a different situation.
Right. Why not?
That was a different situation. I don't think we want our Ramblers under their influence.
Georgetown did be Loyola that year.
Right.
True that.
And they believe, to quote Moser.
Right, to believe. Believe, baby.
No, well, I mean, again, congratulations to the Loyola Ramblers. They're playing phenomenal basketball. The city is on an incredible high. I was driving down Lincoln Avenue yesterday, and as game time approaches 3:30, 4 o'clock, you can see the fans heading to the particular bars, and we're going to have to support them too, especially if they advanced to the championship game. We got to get that maroon and gold scarf that everyone is sporting. I'm telling you, and
we're going to be Gryffindor.
Yeah, exactly. And I tell you, around the campus, the kids they're going nuts, and it's a great lift, not only for the school, the student body, but the city as a whole.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So but that's today's they got a couple good games too. You got the higher seeds all playing. You got Villanova, Kansas, and Duke. Two of those teams are going to be in the other bracket.
Yeah.
So once again, Loyola benefits from being in a bracket where it's going to be Michigan. I think they can beat Michigan. So we'll see what happens.
I think they can too. Now let's get to the nitty gritty. Your bread and butter.
Well, I mean, the season ended with Belleville West, and the player of the year in the state, E.J. Liddell, who's only junior. It's the second junior to win that honor, other being Jabari Parker.
Right.
And he definitely has a pro potential. He's 6'7", 220. When he gets some muscle,
that's a good body.
Yeah, he could be a
that's
pro
a good
player.
body.
Could be a pro player. It was a 3-way race really for that honor. It was you had the kid from Morgan Park, Ayo Sumnu, who's going to Illinois. Was also
God bless you.
Yeah, thank you. And then so it was a tough race for that honor. And then Javon Freeman from Young was third place. So, but it was a 60-56 championship game that Belleville won over Young, and it was an overtime game. So it was a good finish to the season. It was a good ending, and Belleville gets a downstate win for Illinois.
How do you rank this past high school basketball season compared to others?
Well, I think there was balance. I mean, I thought Simeon would win, and I was wrong. Young beat them in the super sectional.
Right.
And there were some surprises. I thought that Evanston going downstate with a young team, they really only have one senior, so they'll be back. And Ellis was considered the coach of the year, and according to the Sun-Times, the coach of Evanston, so he did a great job. So they'll be back. And, it's I think ever since they went to the 4-class system, it sort of changed a little bit. You had Morgan Park dominating 3A, so it's been spread out a little bit, but you still have the public league dominating usually. Right,
exactly. And isn't that pretty much the case?
Sure. I mean, that's the way it's been.
Because they're more athletic, they're more skilled.
Right. But Belleville definitely, had the skill this year to knock off Young in overtime. It was a good game all the way.
Right.
And Liddell is back next year. He's only a junior, so they'll be there again.
Dan Marvelous Marver. Here's the number one question that a lot of us ask, and we talk about the run of Loyola and the rebuild as far as the University of Illinois, and of course what Chris Collins is doing with Northwestern. how is it, do you see the tide turning or yesteryear returning, where a lot of these kids that you're watching on the high school level decide to stay local?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a big question. I mean, the funny thing is that some of the kids Loyola got, I don't know if they were recruited by bigger schools, like Cruttenwood got with Algonquin Jacobs. He lost like 30 pounds. I mean, he was overweight at Jacobs, actually. Now he's actually fairly mobile, even though he's, you know, still kind of a
big boy. Yeah.
To be kind. So, I mean, and again, the kids from Kansas, the boys that, you know, that played together since 3rd grade, Custer went to Iowa State and transferred, and Richardson.
Building that new arena downtown on the lakefront, that's a good attraction as well.
Right.
So, you know, it remains to be seen. But again, it's great that the Ramblers are doing what they're doing, and it's great to see the resurgence of, as far as the city is concerned, and basketball on the college level.
Maybe it's Sister Jean, but everything fell into place for them perfectly.
Exactly, it certainly did, folks. And we continue to fall into place, and want you guys to fall right in place with us. We, meaning me, Jerry Riles, of course, Gabe Salgado, Kelly Lee Williams, and of course Dan Marvelous Marver joining us. It's the Rewind Sports 60. Now, I told you when we come back, getting it ready, cruising for bruising. Francis Cruz for 4 Boxing News will be joining us, and the next heavyweight champion of the world, Frez Okendo, will be in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
It's awesome,
Keep
baby.
it locked in. Keep it locked in. You've got the Rewind Sports 60.
It's the end of the quarter. Time for a break in the action. The hottest sports panel in Chicago will get back to the fast-paced action, streaming live on Facebook Live. We're back at it after this quick timeout. So don't you dare touch that iPhone, Android, iPad, Mac, or PC. Lock it in.
Relax, have fun, and return to the world fresh as a daisy. That's our motto at Daisy Spa in Wheeling, Illinois. Daisy Spa offers a wonderful variety of relaxing treatments to soothe and meet your needs, allowing you to escape the madness of your busy lifestyle as you fade into paradise. Whether it's a manicure, pedicure, a bikini or Brazilian waxing, or simply a relaxing massage, at Daisy Spa, it's all about you. Plan a mini 1-hour vacation getaway today. We're open 7 days a week. Daisy Spa is located at 7 Huntington Lane in Wheeling, just 7 minutes east of Route 53 on Dundee Road. Give Daisy a like on Facebook. Call to make your appointment today at 847-243-8823. Daisy for all your nail and spa needs, and tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you.
This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Serenelo's Restaurante in Wheeling is sponsored by the Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago. They are friends of the program. From rentals to studios to lessons, repairs, and installations, Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is your one-stop destination. Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is located at 1613 West Belmont Avenue. Feel free to drop by Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. or give them a call at 773-975-4250 to say hello. And remember, tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you. This portion of the Rewind Sports 60
broadcasting from Serenelo's Restaurante is brought to you by the Liquor Barn. They are friends of the program. From beers to spirits and champagne, the Liquor Barn is your libation destination for parties, banquets, weddings, and more. And don't forget to mark your calendars for the annual Wine Fest this fall. The Liquor Barn is located on the corner of Dundee and Milwaukee Avenue in Wheeling, 287 East Dundee Road, and their Niles location is 8170 West Golf Road. Feel free to drop by and say hello, and always remember to drink responsibly.
This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Serenelo's Restaurante in Wheeling is sponsored by the Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago. They are friends of the program. From rentals to studios to lessons, repairs, and installations, Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is your one-stop destination. Midwest Pro Sound and Lighting Nerd Audio Synth Shop in Chicago is located at 1613 West Belmont Avenue. Feel free to drop by Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Or give them a call at 773-975-4250 to say hello. And remember, tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you. This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Serenello's Restaurante.
Welcome back to the Rewind Sports 60, streaming live on Facebook Live. Now let's get you back to the hottest sports panel in Chicago.
Hello, Chicago!
Lock it in.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Broadcasting from Serenello's Restaurante Italiano, right here in the heart of Wheeling, on the corner of Lake Cook Road, Milwaukee Avenue, Restaurant Row, on a beautiful Palm Sunday. Hope you guys had a chance to get into church, say a few novenas, and collect your palms. Easter Sunday's next week. We'll be here, the Rewind Sports 60 and Serenello's. We're here every Sunday. Sunday brunch, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. They get started at 10. They go all the way to 2 p.m. Gabe Salgado, News Radio 78. Yours truly, Jerry Riles, Gabe Salgado. We're known as the Beast. You see where, and of course, the lovely, the talented, the beautiful one. She is Frances Cruz, the president and founder of 4 Boxing News, ladies and gentlemen, here in Chicago. 4 Boxing News, the number 4 boxingnews.com. Welcome to the program once again. How are you?
Great. How are you? It's great to be here.
Hey, we're rocking and rolling. Things continue to roll. It's March Madness, and people are getting knocked out left and right. Literally, yes. Teams are getting knocked out. What do you think of the Loyola Ramblers?
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm an alum of Loyola, so I'm very excited for them. LOI.
Are you?
LOYOLA. Go Loyola.
Is that right?
Yes.
God bless you.
Of course. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really shocked everyone, and to advance to the Final Four since 1963 is just crazy. But it's fantastic. It really, really is. And just driving around the city and just seeing all the alumni and the faithful, and just the everyday common person just saying, hey, you know what? Let's go for the Ramblers because we have something to cheer for. We have something to cheer for, and obviously it's always a good time to cheer when you're on the show because you obviously bring the beauty to the program, but you also bring us some excitement as far as the upcoming bouts are concerned. And next weekend, we got a big one. And I say big one, we got a heavyweight bout taking place. Can you share with our listening audience what they can expect to see next Saturday night?
Of course. On March 31st,
yes.
We're going to see Anthony Joshua versus Joseph Parker in a big heavyweight bout. So that'll, of course, be an interesting bout. If you like knockouts, I'm sure you'll love Anthony Joshua. And Joseph Parker, he's not an elite technical boxer, but he's a tough guy, and I think that he's going to do his best to try to test Joshua. So this will be very interesting. Joshua has more of that overwhelming power, but what fans are hoping to see is obviously a matchup between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder, who recently just knocked out Luis Ortiz, and Deontay Wilder has that one-punch knockout power. So yeah. I think that's the fight that fans want to see. But all in all, why not let that marinate? If it doesn't happen this year, why not? I know at some point we'll get that fight.
Do you think that within the next year or so we could finally see an undisputed heavyweight champion?
Yes, I do, definitely. The heavyweight division is the best that it's been in years right now. You got Deontay Wilder, who holds the WBC title. You've got Anthony Joshua who's fighting Joseph Parker to unify.
Unification.
Yeah, to unify those titles. Right. And then, of course, Dillian White, he had that awesome knockout of Lucas Brown.
Right.
Yes, with Lucas Brown face down on the canvas.
Boom!
So Dillian
drug
White.
users get.
His word, not mine.
And folks, we are joined by, we talk about the heavyweight division, the heavyweight title becoming crowded as far as contenders are concerned. And we're joined by one of them right here at Serenello's Restaurant. He's Franz Oquendo. Welcome to the program once again, brother. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Kelly Lee Williams, our contributor to the Rewind Sports 60, said the Loyola Ramblers will become the next national champions in college basketball. I predict this will be the next heavyweight champion of the world, ladies and gentlemen.
North side all the way. Interesting.
Awesome, man. Welcome, man. How's everything going?
Oh, great, man. Happy to be here. Speaking about Loyola, I got history because my older brother, who started boxing, who got me motivated to start boxing while he was going to Loyola University, so bringing a lot of trophies. He fought for the Park District.
And actually, you know, that's what motivated me to start boxing.
Is that right?
Yeah, my brother from Loyola, and he's out there going crazy up there at those bars up north by Divine. And brings a lot of history. Actually, that was my first college party. You know, back in the day. So I got a lot of history in heart.
Yeah, you know, and that's the thing about Loyola again, you know, everyone, especially in the Chicago area, you have some type of relationship, some type of connection to the school. I used to do play-by-play basketball back in the day doing Will Ray's reign.
And I cover them on occasion too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, everyone has a connection with Loyola, and that's why this is a great. It's not only a Cinderella story, but it's just a touching. It's a God story, to be honest with you.
The whole city of Chicago, because you have Northwestern, you have University of Illinois, you have Northern Illinois University, these other universities that get a lot of national attention.
Boom.
Now we got a university in Chicago, in the heart of Chicago, North Side, where I'm from, where I was raised, making national headlines, and that's awesome. And the next heavyweight champion making world headlines.
Yes. And I tell you, listen, you guys, if you don't believe it, you can rewind and go back into history. I predicted Buster Douglas. Well, Buster Douglas actually predicted that he was going to be the world champion. Back on my first sports show, he predicted. I said, Buster, wait a minute. Do you know who the world champion is? He goes, yeah, Mike Tyson at the time. He goes, I'm going to knock him out, become the next heavyweight champion of the world. A few years later, he does it. So I believe in you, brother, and I believe you're going to do it. I certainly believe you're going to do it.
Chicago got the magic. You know, I'm blessed with that magic. I don't fight in my back home yard. You know, all these controversial losses throughout my career. You guys have seen me before perform on HBO, Showtime, etc., etc. Now, I'm fighting my backyard, which it'll be more, relevant for me to get not only a fair decision, but hopefully a knockout.
Now, so what's the latest going on as far as your bout is concerned?
Yes, we won the first bid, so that means we're fighting for one of the most prestigious titles in sport, the WBA Heavyweight Championship. So that'll be, negotiated as we speak. We're working on arenas. We almost got it down. And also the TV networks, that's the only thing that we're waiting on to get an official date, hopefully May or sooner, so we can show the world that, hey, Chicago is not only basketball town, we got boxing as well. But yeah, I should be fighting very, very soon. We'll be fighting out soon.
So how's your workout coming along?
Oh, my training's going great. I run in the mornings, after I take my kids to school, I stay focused, I get motivated. Go to the boxing gyms, I train at my Tug Griffin's new gym, the Willie City gym up in the north side of Chicago, well, the south area.
Right.
So, I always Chicago represent areas, support my Chicago athletes and, their gymnasium and their business.
Yeah, Montel has been on our program a couple times. He's a fantastic gentleman, and I'm looking forward to getting over to check out his gym. As far as his heavyweight title fight is coming up next week, Joshua Parker, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's going to be a very, very interesting fight. We got Joshua Parker, who's a star right now in the making, and also he's very technical. Very technical. Not only he's got power, natural power, but he's a very technical fighter. Parker, on the other hand, he's hard-nosed, languid type of fighter. Like she was saying earlier, it's a fighter that comes to win. He's not going to go in there lay down. So he's limited in skills, but he's got a heart of a champion, and that's going to be interesting. Him testing Anthony Joshua.
Now, Francis cruising for a bruising. This is my bodyguard.
It's
certainly the best. What can you tell us as far as what you know regarding Perez Oquendo, the next heavyweight champion of the world? What do you know about his career, his style, and does he have the chance to really compete and succeed at the level?
Of course he does. Of course he does. Well, what do I know about Perez Oquendo? I know he started his professional career in 1997. He's obviously from Chicago. He's fought some of the best. He's fought Evander Holyfield. He's fought James Toney. He's a veteran. I think he's got a record of 37 wins, 8 losses. And of course, he's also an advocate for Puerto Rico. He told me in the next few weeks he's going to be heading to Puerto Rico to try to help Puerto Rico bring some supplies and water out there. So in addition to being a fighter, he's also a lover by helping out Puerto Rico. So in terms of his fight with Manuel Char, I've watched tape of Perez Oquendo. I think he has a very, very strong, unbridled style, likes to come forward, kind of like Anthony Joshua. And from what I've seen with Manuel Char, I think that he can be overwhelmed. I think he can be overwhelmed with that kind of power.
Really?
Yeah. He's going to have to come forward, though, which I think he knows how to do so.
Right.
So there's people out there, I think for the accolades and all that good stuff. But, hopefully a fight or two, and that'll be it for me. I want to
the longest reigning contenders in the division. You know, I'm blessed to still be here. You know, God got me here for a purpose, just to finally be recognized as a world champion. But you know, there's a new generation coming in. You know, I must admit, great fighters. We got Deontay, Joshua, the whole world, even myself wants to see happen. And you know, I look forward to the future. You know, give them their crown. You know, it's their time, and you know, it's good that you know, I'm in this position right now to finally get crowned as a world champion. But also, I'm a big fan of the sport, and I look forward to seeing all the weight division of boxing go up, and all the the controversial criminal promoters that we have in the past, like the Don Kings, and all the ones. I want to mention some other ones. You know, I'm glad we got boxers like Floyd Mayweather, De La Hoya, even my partner, who's not a big name, but he won the first bid, Power Sports Entertainment. You know, that's the name of a few that's doing a good thing for boxing.
Yeah, you know what? I'm glad that you mentioned about the next generation coming up, and I'd like to hear what both of you have to share on that. The sport of boxing. You step down, I'm guessing that you'll continue to try to work with some younger kids to keep the sports going. You talked about Montel Griffith getting his gym open. Yes. How do you guys see, and Francis, we'll start with you first, how do you see the next generation in the sport of boxing?
Gosh, I think we have a lot of talent in the sport of boxing right now. Obviously, as I mentioned, with the heavyweight division, but even with the lighter guys, the smaller guys, like we got that big fight coming up on May 12th with Vasil Lomachenko, who's going to be facing Jorge Linares.
That's right.
Yes, and that is going to be a great fight, action-packed fight. Right. Yeah. Vasil Lomachenko there to challenge Linares for his title. So the little guys, they're no joke with Oscar Valdez.
That's right. Yes.
Breaking his jaw, fighting with all that blood on his face, like they're in a horror movie. Scott Quigg looking like a mutant.
Oh yeah.
That was a great fight. So the little guys, they shouldn't be underestimated either. But I even think with Golden Boy, he has a lot of talent too in these LA fight clubs and such that he does these smaller events. I think there's a big talent pool in boxing. People just have to tune in more.
Perez?
Yes, I agree. It's just the unfortunate part of it, like me being a heavyweight, majority of the top heavyweights on steroids, which a couple of my fights got postponed due to that, like last summer against Shannon Briggs. He was on steroids. Lucas Brown recently got knocked out because he was off steroids. So the results of when you're not on steroids, the true colors come out.
Is that how he was able to fight for so long?
Exactly.
You mean like Jake Arrieta with the Cubs? Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
But it's so unfortunate. We got a super fight coming up in May. Well, we don't know what's going to happen now. Again, he's talking about his tainted meat. Great fighter, Canelo Alvarez. He's also just got caught up with steroids, and it's not looking good. And it's bad for the sport. These guys get black out. I mean, it's their handlers. I mean, these guys are kids. Canelo. I mean, he's old enough to know, what's right or wrong. So it's all. They just got to stop this.
Right.
You got to clean the sport, and that's why I'm an advocate to clean up the sport, because, it's not good.
Well, you know what? Hey, thank you so very much. You're a clean guy, you're a good guy, and you're the next WBA heavyweight champion of the world. Frezzo Kendo, folks, thank you so very much again. Rewind Sports 60. And, of course, the president and founder of 4BoxingNews.com, the 4BoxingNews.com. She is cruising for a bruising. Francis Cruz, thank you so very much. You're fantastic. And, of course, Gabe Delgado. Keep it locked in. We got some cocktails coming your way. This is the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting live from Serenello Ristorante Italiano right here in the heart of Wheeling. Keep it locked in. You've got the Rewind.
It's the end of the quarter. Time for a break in the action. The hottest sports panel in Chicago will get back to the fast-paced action, streaming live on Facebook Live. We're back at it after this quick timeout. So don't you dare touch that iPhone, Android, iPad, Mac, or PC. Lock it in.
This portion of the Rewind Sports 60 broadcasting from Serenello's Ristorante is brought to you by the Liquor Barn. They are friends of the program. From beers to spirits and champagne, the Liquor Barn is your libation destination for parties, banquets, weddings, and more. And don't forget to mark your calendars for the annual Wine Fest this fall. The Liquor Barn is located on the corner of Dundee and Milwaukee Avenue in Wheeling, 287 East Dundee Road, and their Niles location is 8170 West Golf Road. Feel free to drop by and say hello, and always remember to drink Drink responsibly.
Relax, have fun, and return to the world fresh as a daisy. That's our motto at Daisy Spa in Wheeling, Illinois. Daisy Spa offers a wonderful variety of relaxing treatments to soothe and meet your needs, allowing you to escape the madness of your busy lifestyle as you fade into paradise. Whether it's a manicure, pedicure, a bikini, or Brazilian waxing, or simply a relaxing massage. At Daisy Spa, it's all about you. Plan a mini 1-hour vacation getaway today. We're open 7 days a week. Daisy Spa is located at 7 Huntington Lane in Wheeling, just 7 minutes east of Route 53 on Dundee Road. Give Daisy a like on Facebook. Call to make your appointment today at 847-243-8823. Daisy for all your nail and spa needs, and tell them the Rewind Sports 60 sent you.
Welcome back to the Rewind Sports 60, streaming live on Facebook Live. Now let's get you back to the hottest sports panel in Chicago.
Hello, Chicago!
Lock it in.
Welcome everyone. We're back live. We're scrambling all over the place. The Rewind Sports 60. Marty, get on over here. Marty B, the man on the street. We're double duty. We're getting it together, condensing everything. Folks, welcome back to the Rewind Sports 60. Jerry Riles, along with folks. The hits just keep coming. We're pleased to be joined by Luz and Tony.
Yes.
And they are the owners and creators of Juicy Lucy Sangria, ladies and gentlemen. Juicy Lucy Sangria. Welcome to the Rewind Sports 60. We appreciate you coming on now. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
You guys are fantastic, and we're gonna. This is the fastest 2 hours in sports conversation. I want you to understand that. It's the fastest 2 hours in sports conversation. You out thanks to Frances Cruz of 4 Boxing News, who was just on with us. But she told us about this sangria. And friends of hers just started out, and you guys are locally based here in the Chicagoland area. Yes. And she actually brought some samples, and I've had sangria, and I was like, wow, it's not bad. You guys are fantastic. Thank you first of all for joining us on the program. But if you can, tell us, how did this all come about?
I make that for my family all the time. We would get together, have barbecues, cookouts, and I would make sangria, and my coworkers would come, and we would all get together and just have it. And people would always say how good it was. They feel like, oh, we're here eating. We feel like we should be paying you for the sangria. And I was thinking to myself, this is just sangria. Long story short, after getting laid off my job, I decided to go ahead and pursue making sangria.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we figured, you know what, every time I start a new job, I have to start at the bottom. So why not start at the bottom for myself?
Right, exactly, exactly. And the thing about it that's so unique, I think, is the fact that you have different flavors.
Yes, we do. We carry our traditional sangria, which is the ruby red. Mm-hmm. We carry a pomegranate. We carry a mango, a pear, and then we also have 2 seasonals that we do. We do a blackberry, and we do an apple. Apple we run September through October, and then the blackberry we do November through December.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So we do
and where do you do all of this?
We are located in Oak Lawn. We opened up our tasting room. People could come out if they're interested. They can look at our website. We have all of our information there. Which is juicylucysangria.com. We have our bottles there. We're in a couple of small liquor stores and a couple of few restaurants that are carrying our brand. So we're small, but we're trying to push our product. Our product is probably not what people are traditionally used to seeing, because when you see our bottles, they are made with natural juice, so you will see that the natural juice will float, it'll separate. We don't use a lot of sugar, we don't use any syrups in it. So we tell people, it's sweet, but it's not something that's going to be like overly sweet.
Right. How did you come up with the recipe?
The recipe is mine. It's a combination of mine, family. So I kind of we ended up just playing around with flavors. With being at my house in the kitchen where everybody seems to congregate is the kitchen.
Yeah.
So we would play with all the flavors, and having my family over. Some of them each represent somebody in my family. You know, somebody who doesn't like it too sweet, which is the pomegranate. Somebody who likes a lighter and crisp one, then we have the pear. Somebody who likes something fruity, we have our traditional.
That's awesome.
For somebody who likes something a little more sweeter, then we have our mango.
That's awesome, Luz. Tony, what was your thought when she came up with this idea to say, hey, you know what, I think we can produce this and sell it?
Yeah, we could produce it and sell it. We also thought about it. We work hard all our lives. Why not work hard for something that we believe in and go forward with it? That's what we did.
How many years have you been at it?
4.5 years.
4.5.
Yes. We're going on 5 years, yeah.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I can tell you guys, you know, one reason I started the Rewind Sports 60 is kind of similar to what you shared is the fact that, you know, you're always working for someone else to build up what they're doing and make them, you know, bigger and better and wealthier. And you're kind of like, you know, when is my... And so over the years, with the experience that I've gained, I said, you know what, I can take what I've learned and help others succeed. Not that I didn't want to help them, it was part of my job and I wanted to do it. But I said, you know, I need to put the energy and time into what I can take care of family and, you know, have something that you can call your own.
Yes, I agree.
It's really, and you know, you said when you were laid off, you say, hey, all the effort that I put into helping someone else, I get laid off, I may as well take it and put it into me.
Right.
You know, I was with a radio station and it got clipped, and I said, you know what, I may as well start doing this.
Right, you might as well keep going and doing stuff for yourself. And you know, you never can be amazed at what you can do when you're put in situations like that. So it's like you go forward. You end up, you know, using your imagination to say, hey, like you did, hey, I could do this. Why not? Take what I've learned. I've worked in the corporate world all my life, and I've already very good customer service. So I figured, you know what, I can bring that to my product as well. Very good customer stressed out, or if there's not a lot of noise, it's very quiet. People sip on it, they taste it, they like it. They can take bottles home with them.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Luz and Tony of
Juicy Lucy
Sangria. Make sure you guys check it out. Marty B, come on in here before we get out of here. You have some closing thoughts. The man on the street, my good friend. How are you? Good to see you.
Jerry, it's great to be back, and thank you for gracing us with your presence today.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, before we leave basketball entirely, I just want to share something with our audience. My thoughts on the esteemed coach, Bruce Weber of Kansas State. You know, back in 1985, everyone said, well, Bruce Weber came to Illinois and he got Illinois to the championship game with Bill Self's players. Well, that's true, but somebody still had to coach him.
Right.
And to me, this season, Bruce, what he accomplished in the Big 12, the great run that he had, getting to the Sweet 16, he has validated his credibility as a marvelous, marvelous coach.
He is fantastic. He's a great person and a great coach as well. And congratulations. Unfortunately, they ran into a Cinderella team in Loyola.
The heavens are aligned a little different way.
They certainly are, Marty B.
They are aligned. I'll get to that in just a moment here. But I just want one other statement about Bruce, and I just love that family. I know them very, very well. Bruce is one of only 9 coaches who have taken 3 different schools to the big dance and to the Sweet 16.
Exactly.
Southern Illinois, and of course Kansas State.
Exactly. You got that right, Marty. He's a good man.
Oh, he sure is.
And before we say goodbye, Marty.
Yes, as we approach Holy Week, a little spiritual reminder for our listening audience, which I'd like to share. We are reminded that as we reflect on our lives, that there will be numerous times when we will knowingly or unknowingly try to upset the plans of God because they do not fit in what we think is good for us. At times like these, we too behave like the adversaries of Jesus. We have to realize that no matter how much we try, we will never be able to upset God's will for the world, though it might seem sometimes that we have and can. When we witness evil overpowering good, fear overtaking love, then it might seem that we have done so. However, these are victories that are only temporary, as was the victory of the ones who crucified Jesus on the cross. In the final race, It is always God who wins. It is always selflessness that come first, and it is always love that will overcome. Thank you. Have a blessed Easter.
You've got the Rewind Sports 60. Marty V, our man on the street, thank you so very much. We'd like to thank our guests here at the Rewind Sports 60 at Ciaranello's Restaurant. Mark Carmen, WGN Radio. Of course, Frez Okendo, the nice WBA heavyweight champion of the world. Francis Cruz, cruising for a bruising, the founder and president of ForBoxingNews.com. And of course, Luz and Tony. And they have Juicy Lucy Sangria, and of course Kelly Lee Williams, Gabe Zagato, Jason Zinner, our technical director, Andre Wakefield and his beautiful family. Folks, the hits just keep coming. Keep it locked in. The fastest 2 hours of sports conversation. Yours truly, Jerry Riles, saying thank you. Have a fantastic Sunday. Enjoy the Holy Week, and we'll see you guys on Easter Sunday right here at Ciaranello's Ristorante Italiano here in Wheeling. Take care, everybody.
Guys are